Baba Ghanoush. You know it, you love it, you might not know it, but you will love it. Welcome to Behind the Fire. My name's Robert Snyder, and today we're going to go over my rendition of Baba Ghanoush. So there'll always be traditionalists out there, but you can always put your spin on your own dishes. Try to embellish a little bit and put your own touch in your recipes. Baba Ghanoush traditionally is an eggplant puree, so I like to consider it almost to be a hummus made of eggplant and a few other vegetables. Our vegetables we're going to start with is we have the onion, we have the tomato, we have bell peppers in multiple colors, we have zucchini, and we have eggplants. What's neat about this is that most of the ingredients are grown in the garden at home. Now some of our seasonings throughout the process, we have hot sauce, whatever your preference. We have a little bit of Worcestershire, we have tahini, and we have a little bit of spice blend of paprika, cumin, and celery salt. And then we also have garlic. Let's begin with chopping up the vegetables. We're gonna start with the onions. And just like always, we're gonna remove the top and the bottom, and we're gonna slice in half. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut down long ways one time, short ways twice, and just repeat through the other onions. Now we're gonna oil our pan. Line your pan with a little bit of aluminum, place a little bit of oil, and I'm just gonna spread that out. Now that our pan is oiled, we're gonna place the vegetables down on the pan. Now we're gonna slice the bell peppers. You can take the top off, remove the core, and then slice the bell pepper to its appropriate size. For this recipe, you wanna go about a 1-inch piece for each one. Make sure to always cut around your bell pepper top. Food waste, food cost. Now we've cut our bell pepper into a nice little equal piece, about the same size as the onions. Everything's gonna be cut relatively the same size. Now the tomato, remove the top, cut down the middle, and cut into 4 equal pieces on both sides. Place the tomato on top of the onions and bell peppers, and essentially you're just gonna roast all these together. The reason we oven roast it is because if we cooked it all in the pan, it's gonna moisten it kind of together and make it this nice homogeneous thing. When you roast it in the oven, it's gonna be nice and roasted on the outside, keeping the integrity of the ingredients inside of each one. So we just kind of roast everything and stir around in the oven. Zucchini, top and bottom removed, slice down long ways, and just match the pieces that we've put on the tray. Finally, we have the eggplant. And this is the main ingredient in Baba Ghanoush. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the top and the little bit of stem, and then we're gonna cut it just how we did the zucchini. So remove the top and the bottom, slice down long ways, and then just chop in to equal pieces. We're gonna place all the vegetables on the pan, and we're gonna dress it in a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper. Now that our vegetables are on the pan, this pan is definitely overloaded, so we're gonna have to split it into 2. But we're going to pour a little bit of oil over the top. Don't be afraid to really get in there. And just massage the oil all over the ingredients. Now start placing them in both pans. Everything laid out nice and even on the pans with a little black pepper over the top. The final touch to our roast pans is we're gonna top them with a little bit of garlic. Now that we have all of our vegetables laid out, cut nice and even, we have our onion, bell pepper, eggplant, tomato, garlic. Now we're gonna go ahead and place it in the oven. Remove our roasted vegetables from the oven. As you can see, they've got a nice slight roast to them. And then we'll bring out our blender and our spices. We're gonna need salt, our ground herbs, which is cumin, paprika, and celery salt. We have the Worcestershire. We have tahini, which is a ground sesame seed paste. We have a little bit of yogurt. We have white vinegar, but you can also use red wine vinegar or balsamic if it's a light one as well. And then finally we have our lemon. So now we're gonna add our vegetables. Time to start adding liquid so it'll be easier to blend. I always like to start out with the vinegar on top. Next I'll go with the yogurt. After that, the tahini. Moving into the Worcester sauce. The Worcester isn't really traditional, but I like the age and balance it brings to this dish. Then we have our spices, the paprika, the cumin, and the celery salt. You can buy it whole seed, roast it off, or you can buy it ground. Whole seed will give you a lot more intensity when it comes to this recipe. We're gonna do a few pinches of salt and our vegetable oil. Now a little fresh herb from the garden, making sure to take out the stems. And finally, we're gonna add the whole lemon. With the blender, you have two options. This is why they created the pulse button, that you can just pulse through and chop it into whatever consistency you want. I like my baba ganoush to be more of a hummus, like a spread. So I'm gonna start this on low. And I'm not gonna go high until I know that everything's blending well. The trick with the blender is not to create an air bubble at the base of the blade. What happens is the blades kind of push everything out and you get this air pocket and it won't blend everything. All right, after a quick blend, we have our baba ganoush. Let's test for seasoning if we need to adjust acid or salt or spice or anything like that. So let's give it a try. It's got great vegetal flavor. That nice spice, the cumin and the paprika and the celery salt really comes out. And it doesn't need much. Maybe just a pinch of salt. And I think it needs a touch of heat. You know it, you love it. So that's my interpretation of baba ganoush. My name is Robert Snyder. This is Behind the Fire. I hope you have a great day. But I was doing my magic trick. So now I go, and we'll need the blender. And I snap it into place. It's gonna look so good.
How are you gonna open the oven with one hand, with no hand?
It's open. To start this off, we're gonna do it in the blender. No, it's fine, it's fun. I like the audience. So we're gonna blend this one more time.